What's up, my YouTube friends? I'm Jeremy from WeldTec Designs, and today I got something fun to show you, not only on the outside, but we're gonna take a tour all the way on the inside of this, all the way from Washington. I'm making sure I block out the plate, you know? I don't want any of you women stalking this guy, bothering him, hitting him up, and just harassing him, and I know that you're gonna do that. So we're just gonna keep him, you know, on low key. He's hanging out, drinking a beer. He's just cruising. This is the life. This is the retired life when you're from Washington. Oh wait, I showed it. Whoops. It really doesn't matter. But anyways, guys, dude, this thing is huge, coming in at like 32 feet and weighing well over 10,000 pounds. This thing is a beast only because he's added a ton of stuff on the inside, and now we've even added stuff to the outside. And we're gonna start with the suspension on this thing because this thing's just rad. So I don't know if you guys tell you we lift these things. So let's just start from the beginning, guys. So we put lift kits on RVs, and as crazy as that may seem, as nuts as you may be like why would anyone ever do that? Well, you probably don't own a Class C, and if you do own a Class C, that's why you're hanging out with me right now, because you want more information about it, because you're sick and tired of dragging everywhere you go. So let's jump into this thing and talk about what we're doing up in here, guys. So we are getting a real 6 inches of lift out of this thing. Not including the tires, we're probably getting another 1.5 to 2 inches depending on the tire size that you go to. I'll get to the tires in a second. First of all, I want to start off with what we're doing in order to get this lift out of it. So we're not using any form of drop down brackets or any cheats on there. We're not running airbags in this thing. We're not doing any of those things that you hear that everybody does to get more lift out of it. We are doing this the correct way. What we are doing is we are running a bigger coil in there. So we are then adding a reel shock, we're adding a Fox shock to this, and we're also added a reservoir to this particular model here. And you may see that we've been doing that on a lot more RVs. It's a really nice feature, maybe a little bit overkill, you know, that's for you to decide. So we have our modified I-beams on there, and the I-beams are going to correct the camber to keep your wheels straight so that you can go and get it aligned. Now the next big thing that we're doing in this is going to be the extended radius arms and brackets. So the extended radius arms and brackets are going to be 9 inches longer than your stock one, and then you're also going to get a new mounting bracket. Well, what's important about that mounting bracket is we are able to cheat your suspension slightly forward in your wheel well. That's where you're going to see you have this really large tire on there, and you still have a ton of room back here behind your wheel well where your tire's not going to be rubbing on your fender or your steps, even with the lift, even with the bigger tire. And that's a big deal, guys, because the whole thing is we don't want these things to rub. You know, the other thing is you know, we see them getting hit here in the front, and then the other big thing is these steps drag. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just the other day we were pulling an RV into our parking lot, not over that big of a dip, and the step just completely drug. And I'm gonna throw up a card right there because you can watch what we're doing on that RV as well. That thing is pretty cool. So the last thing that we are doing, that we did up front, is we added a Fox steering stabilizer to the front of it, and then we also put some blocks in there to drop your sway bar. We're still keeping your stock sway bar in there. There's no need to go to an aftermarket sway bar. So right there, again, we're gonna try to save you guys some money and put it towards better components that are gonna make your suspension actually work. So as we move to the back, should we just go in? No, we'll wait, hold on. Let's go to the back first. We'll go to the back before we go check out the crazy system in this thing. So we didn't talk about tires. I told you we were gonna do that in the front. So as you see on here, we are running a 235/85/16, which is going to be around a 31-inch tire. What's great about this tire is it's narrow, and when you're running the dualies in the rear, you don't have to run a wheel spacer between the two wheels, and you're not gonna have the tires rubbing at all. So that is something that is really nice. So in the back of this, we added a set of custom springs to the rear of it. along with a set of box shocks. And that's gonna do up the suspension in this thing. Yeah, so I got something even crazier to show you guys in the back of this thing. Let's head all the way to the back and check that out. So as we move around to the back of this, I got my superstar Kendall hanging out with me here in the video. Say hi, Ken.
Hi.
How are you today? Good? Yeah. All right, guys, so what do you guys think of this new seating platform that we have on the back of this RV? Well, technically, that's really not what this is, but let's jump into this thing and check out all the craziness we did to the back of this, because we did a ton of stuff, right? High five. Boom. All right. So we're gonna start with the top and we're gonna work our way down. So he added a mini split, I think is what this is called. So this is another cooling unit to really keep this thing freezing cold on the inside. So really cool. This used to be attached to his bumper by some unistrut. So wasn't definitely the best, and it sat really low, so there was obviously the problem before it was lifted of it dragging. However, that won't be an issue anymore because we've raised this thing up a ton. So the second thing we did on this, we added a awesome box to there. What do you guys think of that badge? I want to see, do you guys like the badge on the box? Would you want to run it? Let me know. I want to see some comments. Yay badge, nay badge. So what's cool about this is this box is gonna fold down. You're gonna have a secondary platform in there. All kinds of stuff for storage in the back of it, not a problem at all. So anyways, guys, so you may be wondering what we're doing back here. And so we have all this extra room on here. We don't want to add a spare tire because I'll show you where we did that. So really what this is going to be, we put a stainless steel top on this frame, and this is going to be a grilling / prep station for whatever you're doing. And what's great about this is you may say, yeah, but I don't want to be grilling behind my RV. Who wants to do that? Well, we know nobody does. So you're gonna actually swing this thing all the way around, and now you are hanging out. You put, well, your awning's up there, but still, now you're hanging out with your friends. If you want to put a table, you got an awesome barbecue stand, like no problem. I can still sit here back here and sit on it. It's gonna take the weight, no problem at all, but something completely different. This is gonna be a first time from WeldTec Designs doing something like this. So I think that deserves a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. Would you run this on your, would you do this on your van or maybe your RV? Or are we just crazy over here? And it could be we're just completely crazy, and I'm okay with that, you know? Like, that's completely fine. So now that the table is completely out of the way, I want you guys to check this massive bumper out that we have built on the rear of this. So this thing is giant. We've replaced the very thin 4x4 square tubing that normally comes stock on these RVs with a giant piece of 1/4 inch 4x4 steel. And you may be thinking, well, why the hell would you do that? Well, because I want you guys to know something and think about something. Most of these RVs, whether you have an RV that's boom, that length, or this length, it's the same chassis. All these guys are doing is adding a piece of frame to the end of it. They're butt welding a piece of frame up to it, and they put a square on it. Yeah, that's good, that's strong. I trust that to tow my car, enclosed trailer, whatever it may be behind it. I'm sorry, I just don't. Maybe I kind of overthink things, but definitely not. So we're gonna jump underneath this thing. I'm gonna have Kendall hold my phone, and then we're gonna jump underneath this thing and check out just how crazy this is. So we have this massive, so we've also taken and gotten rid of the stock hitch that was on there and made our own hitch. So we have the square tubing for the hitch now ties into a secondary point. Now we went one step even farther, and this is where it gets nuts, guys. So as I jump underneath here, you're gonna look at this. This is a piece of 2x6 1/4 inch tubing. This is rectangle tubing that is going to extend 7 foot 6 inches up to the front of this, connecting the original frame with the new add-on frame, making it all one piece, and then we're tying in the new hitch to this material. We've also run a taper on the end, so if you decide you want to do wheelies, you know, you can drag on those right there. But guys, this is something, this is massive. Yes, this may be slightly overkill, but you know what? Whatever you're towing is probably worth it. And the other thing is we don't want you twisting your frame on your RV. And yes, we've seen that happen. One of the last RVs that we did, the back whole frame of it was twisted. So just something that I want to warn you guys about, to be aware of, so that if you want to make it stronger, you know, you kind of know how to do it. Not saying that we have to do it. You guys go for it, do it, get nuts, get crazy. So a whole new hitch and a whole new rear frame section on the back of this. So you can see why we didn't leave that small little weeny wimpy bumper on there, okay? So now I want to talk to you guys about this bumper, except I'm gonna get out because I mean, don't get me wrong, I love just laying down, hanging out, but we gotta go talk to some stuff up here. So as this whole thing may be a little bit overkill, I want you guys to know, if you have an RV, we have some RV bumper options for you. So you have two different things. If you wanted to add a real rear tube to it, you can, and we now have this section that will completely just bolt into your stock RV brackets, as long as they are not welded. Some of them are, and I don't know why, but anyways, that's, you know, another question. So this bracket here as well, so this bracket comes in two different styles now. This comes in a bolt-on or a weld-on bracket right here, so that if you wanted to add a swing to your bumper, you can do so. You can buy just the swing part of the bracket, which is going to be really awesome, and you can do that for the driver or passenger side. And the reason that only one side swings out is going to be just so that you have access to the ladder. So guys, make sure that you guys stay tuned, watch a bunch of these videos, because we're gonna have a lot of different options for you guys with the RVs as far as rear bumpers. We know that, you know, you never have enough room in any of these RVs. We always need more room for our stuff, especially if you have a bunch of kids. So, you know, just wanna let you guys know RV bumpers are here and more options to come. If you have questions about an RV rear bumper, you know, I'll put a link below. You know, you can send us an email, tell us what you're looking for in an RV bumper, and who knows, maybe we'll put it on our list of stuff to make and create. So that's all I got, I think, for the outside of this. I'm sure still I missed something in here. Kendall, did we miss anything, or did we get it all? Oh, you want to go in it? All right, so Kendall wants to head inside it. We're gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you guys. Let's go check this thing out inside. All right, guys, so we are hanging out in this ultimate bachelor pad RV. That's what I'm calling this thing. And this is with the slide out. You're gonna see that you have a ton of room in here. I know you guys said you like seeing these videos, so we're gonna show you guys the inside of this. So again, I really like it on all these RVs when they have the inserts that go into the sink. It seems like most of the newer RVs do. That way, when you are cooking or prepping food for your oven, you do have a lot more space, which is really nice. In this one, check this out, it actually has an oven, guys. So we got the oven on the inside of this, and then, you know, your normal microwave. So we got a table for 4. And then as you head into the back, you're gonna see you got the full bedroom. That's where you do live, I guess.
Happens,
oh,
baby.
yeah, that's where the magic. Oh, look at him. He duck and run, duck and run. I told you. And then you can also see he has the big air unit in there, which is gonna blow a ton of cold air with that unit on the back. So a lot of room in this thing. And then look at this thing. It's even got the magic shower. Look at that. Kind of like, ooh, normally that's like something you would see like in your house, but that's pretty cool. I want to say this is probably the first. This is a Nexus RV, so something I'm going to say that you're going to get a little bit nicer stuff. It looks like you're getting the leather, you know, couch and sofa in here, and then the floor is going to be like almost a little. But what is cool about this thing is that. What?
couldn't escape the memory of the phone call and what you said. Like a game show contestant with a parting gift. I cannot believe my eyes when I saw through the parts of the
Oh no, oh yeah.
It's 5,000 watts of power. These are 1,000 watts a piece, and this one's over 4.
5,000 watt stereo system in an RV, guys. What do you think of that? And the TV's ginormous. So when you don't have kids and you don't need more sleeping, this is what you do. It's friggin' awesome. I love it. This is a party just waiting to happen, you know? I don't know if I got anything else after that. I think I'm done. Smash the subscribe button, thumbs up. I expect 100 comments easy on this video. Start them off. That's it. I'm Jeremy. See you guys later.